smokers and vapors alike. What I have here is a Logic Pro. It's a fairly cheap vape pen, and I don't know, it costs about $35. Pros and cons to it. I'm gonna list a few of them. Pro number one, the price. It is a good price. Pro number two, it vapes really well. Battery lasts all day. And overall, for its price and vape, if you smoke cigarettes and you're trying to quit, I'm not gonna say that this helps you quit, but it definitely cuts down. A lot of you quitting has to do with willpower, being able to quit on your own. But this does definitely help. Gives you all the nicotine, vape hit, feels almost like a real cigarette. Anyways, I'm going to show you how to refill the cartridges. Because one of the cons is you got to buy these refill cartridges. When they come in like this. You got a tab on the top that you take off, tab on the bottom. You get about 5 of them. I pay like $10 for 5 of them, which isn't too bad. But if you're paying $5 for a 10 milliliter bottle like this, be able to fill at least 4 of them, if not 5. So you're saving at least, paying less than half. About half is what you normally would. It's a trick. It's not that hard to refill, but it is a process that you want to be very careful with. So, the reason you want to be careful is because this cartridge actually does not work anymore. Because when I went to go refill it, I pushed too far in on the metal wire that would be the positive, and now it's just stuck in there. Sure, I can try to dig it out with a screwdriver if I really wanted to. Precision screwdriver. So you can't really see in there, but yeah, see, it's there. It's all pushed in. So anyway, so what you need to refill them, use a screwdriver if you need to. As you can see, I was able to take off that metal piece without a screwdriver. But anyway, so you unscrew the top. And there you go. You got that. You see how it's empty. Nothing in it. But why throw it out? It's still perfectly good. I'm gonna actually do this the right way. So you'll see there's a connecting end, and there's a rubber sail, and that's to separate the positive and negative of the coil. What you want to do very carefully is pop that right out, so that piece comes right off. It's kind of small. Make sure you're doing it over something so you don't lose it. And inside you'll see on the wire, positive hanging over, negatives underneath on the other side. Don't remove this rubber seal. Be very careful not to damage it, or you will make it so you can't use it. So you got the needle tip bottle, liquid, and you want something like that. Let me put this aside so it's not in the way. You can use a paper towel or rag or something like that. I got just a t-shirt that I've been using. You want to stick the nozzle in, needle tip in, but you don't want to push the metal connector. For some reason that's not going in. This tip's a little damaged. Let me see if I got a different tip I can use. Another bottle I've got. This one seems a little damaged too. Bear with me. Yeah. I got more lying around somewhere, but I don't feel like going digging for them right now. So just know that the liquid is sticky and you get it all over your hands. Don't want to, put them in your mouth after or anything like that because you could get sick. So make sure you wash your hands out. First thing you want to do before you do that is the green seal that came with the cartridge. Make sure you save these things because you're gonna need them. You put it back on the top like that, and that's so that the liquid, when you pour it in, does not come out the bottom. I'm just asking for a disaster. So you get the tip in. You want to push it in. Oh, that was bad. You want to be careful though, because then something like that happens. Just wasted a good amount of liquid, but oh well. It doesn't want to stay in. Okay. Put it in too far is what the problem is. Hopefully I still have enough liquid in the bottle to fill it. And you can see no ice because I'm using a different tip than what came with the bottle. Is what it is though. You'll see how pushing. I apologize because this is usually easier. I'm doing it on camera and I want to make sure you see the whole thing. That's it from that bottle. Yeah, I did push it in too far, and you don't want to do that. Push it just in enough so that the liquid goes through the cotton and down the sides. Plus, if you push it in too far, you damage it. I think I'm lucky and I didn't do that. It's a different liquid I got. That's why you have the cloth, is to prevent it from going all over the place. Fortunately, that's all I've got for liquid right now. So even if I wanted to redo this video, I couldn't. Alright. So what you want to do before you put the tip back on, apologize, I keep banging the camera. This isn't easy as I thought it would be. Videotaping this while I do it. But yeah, so there you go. Look, it's all filled now. You fill a little bit, but after you get a certain point, just kind of air gets a little harder to fill all the way. The great thing about doing this and refilling it is you can use any flavor you want. The good thing about that is when you buy these, they only come with 4 flavors. 2 different types of tobacco and 2 different menthol. And my favorite, if I were to just rebuy them, and which I do every now and then, especially because these don't last forever, and you can damage them and stuff like that. Still, buy them and save them. Just save them every time. So the great thing is you can have any flavor instead. But yeah, I'd recommend the Platinum Menthol. It's the best flavor that they do have if you were going to rebuy them. Anyways, so it's time, after you fill it, before you put the metal piece back on, take that rubber seal off. And on this end, the top end where you would normally dry, you blow through the air hole and make sure you get all the liquid out. So you can see it's some liquid coming out. Eventually, it will go down to almost nothing, so you've blown out nothing. You need to double check that you have it all, and I'd be careful at this part. I'd make sure you got most of it out. Is inhale on it, and if you're not getting it gurgling, you did it right. And then what you want to do is put the metal tip back in. Make sure you're not pushing in the positive contact. You can actually see right there, it's still sticking out, and the negative one's on the other side. You can still see it through, but you don't have to worry too much about that. All you do is push it in. There you go. And once that's done, there you go. You have the refilled cartridge. Like I said, if you don't spill it like I do, buying a 10 milliliter bottle should pretty much fill 5 cartridges. I haven't actually, took the time to see how many it would fill. Usually I'm just filling 1 or 2 at a time. That is sufficient for the day. But yeah, so you're paying half of what you normally would buying all 5 cartridges. Like $5 for a 10 milliliter bottle. You can buy any flavor you want, any size bottle, and you're still saving money. And you're vaping whatever flavor you like. And it's a really good vape. It really is. Make sure the battery's on. Press the battery. You should hear it crackle. You probably won't over this, but there you have it. I highly recommend this. I bought it a while ago. I have a few others, different batteries. I get different tanks. I prefer this over the cheaper like $20 pens. I prefer them over a $50 pen that I bought with battery and tank. And no matter how much I buy, I'm always going back to this one in the end. It's definitely a good vape. Regardless what you've heard from other people, if you used pens before, this is pretty much common sense. Fill in the cartridge, open it up. You take a new cartridge, you take the rubber pieces off, metal contact in, put it in, screw it in, battery to turn it on 5 times, turn it off 5 times, and I think it gives you like 10. It's powerful enough. The battery lasts all day. Say it's probably the best pen your money can buy. And now you know how to refill cartridges. I apologize, if there's any part of this video you can understand, and for my really bad show of doing things, but I'm sure you get the point. Till next time.